Welcome to another beautiful episode of Ada's Diaries. If you are seeing my face for the first time, my name is Ada Aditunji. On today's episode, I want to be talking to you about some money habits that has kept so many people poor. So if you are in the military world or you are in the civilian world and you want to learn all of this, stay right here and your girl will be right back. So guys, your girl is back and it's time to dive right into it. Okay, so ever wondered why every December 31st, New Year Eve, you make a lot of resolution, things you want to get, projects you want to embark on, some vacations you want to go to, and all of that. And the year is coming to an end and you're asking yourself, where did all your money go in the course of the year? The truth is, you see this thing called money it's not from this realm. It's from another realm. No wonder my people say money and person no they stay. Whether you like it or not, once you have money, if you don't invest your money, you spend it in that ways, knowingly, unknowingly, consciously, unconsciously, directly, indirectly, you must spend the money. So today's episode is centered around, being in control of money, being in your best behavior around money and all of that. Guys, drag your pen and your book. Let's begin. So habit number 1 is impulsive shopping. So if you're here, you want to be asking yourself, am I a spontaneous shopper? Now, what this means is if you're someone that would get out of your house, go to a shopping mall, get to a supermarket or a veg market or a market entirely, and you don't have your shopping list, are you someone like that? You want to start looking at that habit again and again. What this does is the eye is created in a way to, we look at things, we see beautiful things, it sends signal to the brain begins to torment the body till you get that particular thing. So the habit to adopt going forward is, no matter how few or little a thing you want to buy, you want to pen them on a book. So get your list each time you're going to the market, each time you're going to shop. This guides your shopping patterns, it guides you, it makes you more focused in knowing what you want to buy at a particular point in time. Most of these retail outlets, most of these shops are actually taking advantage of the fact that there are some spontaneous shoppers. The reason why some layouts are so beautiful that when you enter, you would see one or two things you really need or you want to buy. So being a spontaneous shopper makes you buy more than you actually want, or buy things that necessarily you wouldn't ever use. So don't be a spontaneous shopper, don't be an impulsive shopper, don't buy on the go, buy with a list. If it's one item, 2 items, pen them down and get focused to get those things. Am I making sense, guys? Okay, habit number 2 is addiction to ATM cards, addiction to credit cards and all of that. I know we're in a cashless policy, we're in a cashless era, and someone wants to be asking me, which planet am I from? The truth is, if you're always addicted to your ATM cards, you become Mr. or Mrs. Swiper. You will spend more money, and remember, for every time you swipe, there is always a bank charge attached to it. So the habit you need to adopt going forward is do more of cash. If you do more of cash, yes, everything that has advantage has disadvantage. If you do more of cash, you are bound to plan more, be on a budget, spend less, and then no bank charges here and there. So going forward, you want to be doing more of cash, less of ATM cards, except you know your way around money. You would want to put maybe strategically ATM cards for bigger projects, then for monthly groceries, few weekly run around, you would want to do cash. Okay, so ideally what I do actually is I have different bank accounts. So one strategically is for grocery or monthly expenses, for the house. So as soon as I get my pay, I just transfer a token to that bank and I have the ATM. If I like, I go and I shop down. I know that I've already used up a month refill. So you need to be, conscious around money, be in control of how you spend this money. But if you think you're a spendthrift, if you think you're a spender, you might want to go by doing more of cash than using more of your ATM cards. Moving forward, we're on habit number 3, not budgeting. I mean, human wants, human needs are limitless. Like today you want to get a human hair, tomorrow you want to get an iPhone 12, iPhone 13, next tomorrow is iPhone 17. Your wants, your needs keep increasing by the day. What I normally would do is I have a book and I pen down my wants, my needs, whatever it is that I want for a house. On basis of priority. Every month I want to look at that list and know what I need the most on that list, and I prioritize to get it. So I always budget myself in such a way that if it's short term, I want to get that. If it's long term, I want to look at how to best to save money to get that particular item. So if you are someone here that you don't live on a budget, like everything goes for you in a month, by the time you know it, you're living off, buying more. Yes, you need them, but I mean, on basis of priority, you see that you're spending more than you actually need in a month. Okay, so habit number 4 is not investing. When I started this video, I actually told you, you're not investing your money. I don't know, the universe has a way of making you spend the money. If you don't spend it on yourself, there's an urgent suitcase somewhere that would get that money from you, and before you know it, it's been broken down into shreds and you might not really need the money again. So you might want to start looking for how to invest your money, be it short term, be it long term. Look at how you will strategically use your money whereby it is generating more money for you. Are you someone here and you keep procrastinating? I mean, okay, let's look at it this way. If you want to save up, let's say 3.6 million naira in the next couple of years, maybe let's say before you get to 50 years, and you're 20 years, you'll be requiring to save up 10,000 naira every month to reach that goal at 50. Yeah. If you're procrastinating or putting it off till you're 30, to reach that same goal, you would have to save up 15,000 naira every month to reach same goal. So the more you procrastinate, the more you're pressured to save more. Why don't you start today to invest your money? Why don't you start today to do something worthwhile with your money and stop all of that procrastination? Get on with the project, get on with things you feel you want to do, and I mean, before you know it, you're already achieving something. Okay, let's move on to habit number 5. So guys, am I still making sense? If you're here and you're yet to subscribe, this is the time to give me thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Then stay on and keep watching to the end. All right, so we're on habit number 5, putting yourself last on the payroll. And I know a lot of people are already raising their eyebrows, like they don't own a business and all of that. Yes, I know. Okay, so whatever money you get, okay, what I actually did before the start of this video was to also sample some opinions from people. Like, when you get your paycheck, what do you do? What is the first thing you do with your money? A couple of persons said there's no particular routine. Some other persons say they jump on to shopping for the house. Another set of people said, just few people said they remove money for contributions and all of that. The truth is, once you get your money, most of us don't even remember that we are human beings. we rush off to do other things, waiting maybe to save, the remaining money after you're done with the whole thing. You would never have that remaining money to do whatever you set out to do. That is the law of universe. Your spendings would keep increasing, they will keep expanding, and they will mop up all the available money. You keep having things to buy, you keep having things to spend on. So the ideal habit is, once you get your paycheck, or once you're done in a month and you're about to pay your staff, if you own a business, try to remove something specifically for yourself first. So you plan with that money you're removing for yourself. Either you're saving a particular percentage, or you want to invest in something, or you want to budget on it, and on all of that. Don't wait till you're done buying whatever you need in the course of the months before you keep money for yourself. So before now, once I receive my paycheck, first thing I do is to pay my parents. Like, they've been on salary for God knows how long. That's the first thing I'll do. But going forward, and then shop for the house and all of that. But for some years now, once the money drops, it's on auto debit. I remove money for myself to another bank. I've been auto debited for my children's insurance and all of that. So whatever money I have left, I plan with it. That's where my grocery is. That's where I have miscellaneous to give people, and all of that. So learn to pay yourself first. Learn to prioritize yourself when it comes to money. Moving on to habit number 6. Stop impressing people. Like, nobody cares when you go down. You have a lot of friends come around you when you're doing well. It doesn't necessarily mean that these people love you. Yeah? Learn to say no to some hangouts. Learn to say no to some vacations. Learn to say no to some dress code. Learn to turn down ashwebis. You will not die. That's the truth. Learn to say no for someone that keeps asking you for urgent 2K here and there. Learn to say no. Prioritize, be yourself. No, before I used to be a victim of this. Like, if I tell you no that I don't have money, my conscience keep beating me and all of that. But I have a miscellaneous money, and when the money is done giving people, even if you ask me for 500 naira, I'll not give you, because I don't have it. So, and the world has not come to an end. Learn to say no to certain things. Yeah, life moves on. If you keep impressing people and something happens to you tomorrow, the same set of people will mock you. Okay? Stop living off for the gram. Like, most of the things you see online, on Instagram, on social media are just illusions. Most people are living off debts. Most people are living in some kind of depression and all of that, trying to belong. They want to be. Don't be like them. Be contented with what you have. I mean, plan with what you have and stay cool. If you have to ball. Me, if you know me too well, you know I'm a fan of vain. In fact, my middle name should be Vain. But then if I don't have it. And nothing is going to happen. If I say no to you today and I give you tomorrow, or I don't give you, it is not the end of the world. So stop impressing people. Stop living for the gram. Stop living for social media. Live your life. Be contented. Live within your means. More like, cut your clothes according to your material, according to your clothes, right? Okay, so moving on to habit number what again? Number 7. Okay, stop staying comfortable in debt. Yes, some people are so comfortable borrowing money here and there. And the sad part is, some people actually are comfortable borrowing money to fuel their luxuries. I mean, if you're like that, you will end up getting money to pay off debt, you will keep paying off debts. Like I tell people, if you're borrowing, like maybe you're getting loans from bank and you're investing in something that would yield money, that is different. I've had a situation where someone asked me for 800,000 naira to buy a car. This person does not have any steady flow of income that will generate that much money in 3 months, 4 months. I mean, why are you going to subject yourself to so much pressure just to belong? Luxury or no luxury, live. Comfort is what you make it seem like, yeah? I mean, this is me. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'm comfortable being like, if I want to go out to be vain, I go out to be vain when the money is the eyeball. But if it's not there, guy, please stay off debt. It is not a good way. Like, I owe somebody, no be a property. The money you have, or you're owing someone, or you're living up, your shop is living up on a larger debt, and you keep feeling you have money and eating into the capital that actually doesn't belong to you. You keep, owing, and you keep owing, and eventually you won't have anything that is obviously for you. So stop borrowing, stop staying in debt, especially if you are not using it to generate more money for yourself. Moving on to habit number 8, not tracking your expenses. I know a couple of persons fall victim of this. Actually, I used to be, till, in fact, I didn't even know when I consciously started to I didn't know when I consciously started tracking my expenses. Now, those days that my husband would give me money, I will enter market and the thing will finish, and he will keep asking me, what did you buy, what did you do with the money, when we're still coming up. And most times when he asks me that money, I feel so angry, I get so sad, because I would not even know how to defend it. You know how these things are now. You enter market, you buy one or two, before you know it, the money have finished and you're already asking yourself questions. So what I started doing was, everywhere I go to buy things, I ask for receipts. If I use a POS, if I use my ATM-card, I ask for my receipts and all of that, to be able to track what my daily expenses. So before I sleep, I get all the receipts for the ones like vegetables, or all these other roadside sellers that don't issue receipts. I note it down, write the quantity, write the amount, and by the end of the day, before I sleep, I mean, after having to press my phone and say some hellos to my husband and all of that, I try to reconcile to know how much I've spent. Sometimes this also would guide you to know things you bought that aren't necessary, yeah, they're not, necessities. You would want to cut down on those ones too. So I'm not an accountant, so I don't know how to do all the spreadsheets, debit and credit balancing and all of that you guys do. So this is my only two way of tracking my expenses in a day. You would, whatever that works for you. I think there are some apps that can help you do all of those. I don't know. This is a way to keep my hand, my calculator, my phone, my whatever busy. I try to calculate. In fact, everyone knows me in my house that once I send you to buy something, even if it's orange, you come back and you note it down somewhere and place somewhere for me. By doing this, I would know whether that's somebody is more expensive than the other person and all of that. I try to do these things to be able to stay sane and not ask myself a couple of questions at the end of the month. Okay, so I've pretty much have spoken about different habits. It is now in your hands to tell yourself the truth, to know who you actually are, the one you need to drop, the one you need to embrace, the one you need to tell yourself the truth and know which of the habits to drop going forward. It might not be magical. It's not something you just start doing overnight. You need to consciously remind yourself, pen these things down, pen the points down, and consciously remind yourself what you need to do going forward. Okay, do not miss my next episode. It's going to be on how to save money for short term and long term. We're looking at Christmas and we're looking at 2022. So if you're here and you are ready to say bye-bye to being broke, do not miss the next episode. Then another thing is, if you're new to this channel, you know how we do this. You should have given me a thumbs up saying so. But if you're yet to give me a thumbs up, do so, please. And if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, guys, what are you waiting for? You might need to do that now too, right away. Subscribe to the channel, share to as much people as possible. You see, next year we must ball together, so share to as much people as possible, you know, that needs this info. And to my oldies, my subscribers, guys, you know how I love you like this. I love you guys from here to there. This is me sending lots of love and hugs to you for staying true with me on this channel. Till we meet again in the next episode, like I said, do not forget to click on the notification bell so you would be first to get the notification as soon as I drop the next video. Till then, I say